we're going to listen to the story of how we come to the land of Riven.
Thank God you've returned. I need your help. There's a great deal of history that you should know, but I'm afraid that I must continue my writing. Here. Most of what you'll need to know is in there. Keep it well hidden. For all reasons you'll discover, I can't send you to Riven with a way out. But I can give you this. It appears to be a linking book back here to Dunny. But it's actually a one-man prison. You'll need it, I'm afraid, to capture Gehn. Once you've found Catherine, signal me, and I'll come with a linking book to bring us back. There's also a chance, if this all goes well, that I might be able to get you back to the place that you came from.
So, what we've learned so far is that we have been given a book. Hold on one second. I just want to click the 2 buttons here. There we go. All right. So we've been given a book by Mr. Bossman Atrus down there in the basement. We met him at the end of the Myst game. This is the sequel to Myst. And what we found at the moment is that some guy named Gehn, Gehn, I guess, is off running around Riven, and we need to do something about it. Atrus gave us his Gehn is Atrus's father. Atrus gave us his diary with information about Riven, which is where we've gone. And what he's doing down there in the basement is apparently writing down everything about Riven, describing it, because it's falling apart. This is only the 5th age that was made by Gehn, and it seems like he wasn't very good at this process so far. So here we are. We've got to get to Catherine, re-imprison Gehn in this book that he has given us, and then we've got to signal him, and then he'll help us get home. So that's what we know, and now we'll just have to play through and see the game. We have appeared on an island inside of a prison, so we'll see what happens now. Vaguely, I recall... Oh, right. So we don't have a way to get back to where Atrus is because he's too scared. If the guy who has created this world gets a hold of it, he would come back and kill Atrus or something like that, and we don't want that. What we have here is somebody very confused by us. I don't know why, but he's confused. Anyway, hello, James, Yugi, Mark, Brad, everyone who is here. Welcome, welcome. I am, as always, the Chris who plays games, playing retro games every Monday at 9:15. Whatever I feel like every Friday at 9:15. I don't recognize the language he's speaking. Probably because it's language they speak on Riven. Bokuenai. He's going to take the book. There's a slight problem with that. That book is the only way that I have to trap Gehn. In fact, it's not a real thing. It's a prison. Oh, that's unfortunate. I think this guy's gonna get himself trapped in the prison. Well, nice try, guy. Yes, that is true. So Zork was 94. This is 97. Zork was at the same time period as Myst, the original Myst. The sequel, Riven, was 3 years later, and so they've got much more. But also, Myst always just had better graphics than Zork did. Zork was really low res, even for the same time period. So I'm not sure what made the difference there, but definitely something did. All right, so he's dragged the dead body away, and now he's going to unlock me from the prison, but at the same time, it appears that he is going to destroy the book that I was supposed to use to put that guy in prison. So now I no longer have a book. The person who was talking to me is dead, and that weird guy in the red hat stole it. On the plus side, it seems that I can get out of my prison now, and I can wander around the world. Yeah, that's good. So one of the things that I always loved about Myst, and Riven has continued this, is that like they use very photorealistic renderings. I don't know how they did this. I guess I probably could look into that, but I don't know how they did this. But you know, it looks like you're in photos. So that's kind of cool. The music adapts as you wander through. So an interesting thing about this room is that you can see there's a star on the ground. But when we come in here, there's only 2 doors. There's this door that we came in. There's 2 blank walls. There's that door, and then there's another blank wall. So this room has like 5 points, and 2 of them are openings. But this one, of course, at the moment opens onto like something I can't get to. The other thing that's interesting about it is that if we come back here around the backside of this room and come up, we can actually see into the room as well. So basically, even in the space where there's not doors, there's little peepholes that we can see. And what you notice if you're looking carefully is that when you are standing by this door, basically there's a doorbell. So we will go ahead and do that. Yeah, well, so the reality is that, like, oh, this is too loud. The reality is this is too loud. That didn't make as much difference as I expected it to. I don't know how sound works. Alright, so now we can see that we're still in the room, or we can still see into the room, but that door is still blocked by a wall, so that's not where we want to be. So this should be another wall, if I remember correctly. Yep. And so again, if we look in through the peephole, we will see that gate is still blocked off as well. We'll go back out here. So I think what this is going to do is this is going to show us an open door that we could theoretically walk into. Hello, supermodel. And you can see that the door that used to be over on the left is now moved right because this whole room is rotating. And that leads to the passageway, or to a passageway, but again, it's blocked. So we will rotate one more time, which brings us to the 4th point on the star. And what we'd expect here, given the 5 points on the star, is to have another wall. So yeah, the reality is that the 3D renders that they used aren't just high quality for the time. The reality is that, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, part of this is always that, like, when you put people on a limited track, they don't have as much room to see the things that you don't want them to see, of course. Like, you know, that's different from a modern game where you can open world, wander around everywhere. But this is very, you know, this is, like, higher quality than Golf Club, Brad. So, you know, so now we can walk through here and make our way to this little pipe. And we can turn the pipe, which is cool. And that triggers something. I think pipes in here are little steam pipes that are around the island. We'll flick this switch. And so what this switch is doing, I think, is going to be opening up the gate that we were seeing blocking some of our path before. So now that we've done that, we can walk back out here and we can open the door, or we can spin the door. I'm cheating. I did actually get approximately this far on my own when I was playing, but not much farther than that. I figured out that I could spin the room, but I did not understand that there were 5 points on it, so I kept getting confused as to what was going on. Okay. And that was still facing, that door to the left was still facing a gate, which we don't want, so we will keep rotating this until we can get into the other entryway. And make our way in. But in any case, I think it's higher quality than a lot of modern games, which obviously have a different focus, but, you know, texture quality and the overall, like, quality of the environments feels very nice compared to even a lot of modern games. And I've always enjoyed that. I enjoyed that in Myst, I enjoyed that here, and, you know, computer graphics or whatever, like, they did a really good job with that. Now, of course, there are effects of what you're dealing with in the actual compute at this time is, you know, okay, they distribute this initially on the CDs, and so all of the video is like 15 FPS and, you know, things like that. But that's not quite the same. Hello, 10-minute break. Okay, so there's another switch here. And like we said before, I think those switches are lifting those grates that we see. So we'll come back out, and now, so we want this entryway to be 2 to the left over here. There's 1 slot here and 1 slot here. We want it to be 2, so we'll rotate twice. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of trade-offs around the technology limitations of the time, but given the technology limitations of the time, I think that they did a really good job of producing something interesting. How was your Monday, Lalo? Did you apply for a job at Chipotle as you planned, or H&R Block, which I think is a much better plan? All right. So now we can come across here, and we have opened this gate, which is awesome. So we can come across here and just keep on keeping on. So this whole room is kind of cool. I can't actually walk to most of the places in it. I'm just following this catwalk at the moment, but... All right, we got another pipe. So let's flip this steam pipe. I guess this is probably going to flip some kind of ladder. It's like making a ladder go up, so we'll go ahead and turn that. Hello, Mathros, welcome to the stream. Okay, so we flipped that switch, and we never want to leave any switch unturned, so we'll wander down the end of the road here. And again, we can see probably these bridges or something like that is being affected here. So I wonder if we look at this and then flip this. Like, is that different now? No, not obviously so. So whatever we changed by flipping those, I don't know exactly where it is. But it looks like, based on the pictures above them, that there are 2 ladders that we've rotated somewhere in the vicinity. As I said, I can't go anywhere else here. We can see that there's this little, like, picture on here. You can see the catwalk that goes around, and some shapes. I don't know what these shapes mean. I don't know anything about them, but there are 5 pipes leading off of this, and so that's probably a diagram of the room we're in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 on the far side. These kind of stack together. I got a Tetris piece here. I got a, you know, square block here from Tetris, and that's not a Tetris piece, but, you know, you got something going on there. But no idea what to do with those yet. And we will just kind of rotate this around to where we need it for later. Hello, Samuel Gibson. Welcome to the stream. You missed playing this game. I've never played this game before. I'm just kind of playing it through on a walkthrough. I do feel that this game is more like there's more interactivity to it than Myst, and I probably could have gotten further than I did in the typical Myst game. But I also know that to beat Myst the first time, like playing it through, took me like 8 hours, and this game is longer than that. So we're just kind of following a walkthrough, and I'm explaining the puzzles as I understand them as we go. Anyway, happy Monday, everybody. It is December 3rd, 2018, and we are, let's see, about 1 month away from the new House taking office in the Congress in the United States. We are, you know, deep into the weeds on platforms deciding to no platform sexual content of various types. All right, so we'll go ahead and cross this bridge. And open the door. Never want to leave a door unopened. Hello, Nick. Welcome, welcome. Nick, my favorite, Find the red and gold view portal. Alright, let's do this. Open the door. Cool. We've opened the door in the pillar room. Seems nice. Watching Ocasio tweet about pretty much everything is great, frankly. It's really been an interesting... You know, most of these things are not things that are new to me since I pay attention, but some of them are. You know, I had not really thought about how they assign... like rooms to new incoming freshman congressmen, but her tweets about health insurance is like, yep, you know, you're somebody who deals with this stuff in a completely normal way, and you can talk about it in a way that people understand and say things that are reasonable, which is kind of cool. Okay, so this is the pillar room. And if we come up here, we can see that we have this cool little trainy thing with like a bumper here, but there's no train. However, there is a button. I wonder if nope, nothing over here. Okay. So we can come here and we can push the button and see what happens. I'm expecting an excellent cutscene. Oh, you can actually see it coming in the background. There's a little like train that was floating on the tracks in the background. I can't show you with the pointer because the pointer doesn't show up during video cutscenes. But hello, Mr. 32. How's it going? Yeah, I should probably follow. I follow Ayanna Presley, who's my incoming congressional rep, but she hasn't tweeted nearly as much as Ocasio-Cortez has. And of course, the constant people trying to tear down an incoming, you know, freshman House member whenever she says something they like that is slightly wrong is totally silly. All right. And so now, is there like a button we have to push? Oh, it's a lever. Pull the lever. Wrong lever. Man, now I want to do this in VR. Like now I want to be able to like flip a switch. I guess the problem is that like I want the physical sensation of flipping a switch, which is probably not something I'm going to get from any VR rig. So I need to figure out how to do that. So this is a pretty cool train. I mean, as I was mentioning before, like the real problem with all of that, I wonder how much, whether like Red Cyan or Brøderbund, anybody has like the original assets, like the whatever they use to do the 3D renderings of these. Like that would be a cool thing to like. I don't know if you've ever seen like, you know, people who take like Super Smash Brothers and do it in 3D or anything else like that. But that's like something that I've seen before. And it's interesting like how much of the world is just kind of ignored because you never see it, and you don't need to. Oh, I scared away some weird, like, penguin, duck-billed penguins or something. Yeah, it's probably all lost. One thing I saw recently today is that the guy who made Leisure Suit Larry is selling all of his original source code for Leisure Suit Larry, which is, like, he put it up for eBay auction, which is terrible, because it will mean that, like, someone will get it and it will sit on a shelf and never get, you know, looked at again. But, no, I have to... Hold on 1 second. So what was that? It was like a weird... Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. I mean, I believe in archiving all of this shit. Like, I believe in archival. I believe in the importance of, like, Leisure Suit Larry, regardless of anything else, is a cultural thing. And in the same way that I think it's important that we archive the, like, all of the games and the ROMs and the, like, artifacts that went into producing them, I think all of this shit matters. Go up the stairs to the chopped forest. That doesn't look like the chopped forest. This looks like a chopped forest. Alright. Keep to the path to the right, and you should come to a hole in the ground with a cart. Hey, I'm in a cart. No, I had to write that down, Brad, because it's a random bit that changes every time. Like, it says in the walkthrough, write down the symbol. Oh, and the sound it made was like a chirrup. Chirrup. It's like a squeaking noise or whatever. Look at this, though. Look at how cool this is. Like, I mean, I realize that, technically speaking, maybe this is not that interesting, but I can't think of another, like, cutscene in a video game that made me feel like this, other than maybe, like, Final Fantasy VIII had some cool cutscenes that had a kind of similar feeling to me, I guess. And maybe this just isn't a portion of games that people care about, so there's no reason to do it. But yes, we are now on our way to Crater Island. I've never played BioShock, so maybe. But the original BioShock was a similar era, right? Oh no, it was a decade later. Please ignore me. Yeah, you might be right. No, let me rephrase that. You are definitely right. But are there games that are cutscene heavy? All right, so we're gonna change. So just to give a little bit of context about what's going on here, in here we have a room which has boiling water in it. So we have a boiler here. We have a switch here, which doesn't seem to do anything. We've got a little wheel thing here, which moves that, but doesn't seem to do anything. And on the outside, there's a door. Now, I'm assuming that I don't want to go in this door while it's full of boiling water. And in fact, I don't think I can, because there's a little red thing on the door, and I'm assuming that's going to let me in at some point. So let's see if we can figure out how to fix that. So one of the things that we've got going on here is this switch in the middle of the island. And this is one of the things that I was saying, that this game feels like there's more things you can manipulate and understand how to manipulate than were in the original Myst, right? Like, I look at this and I have 3 options, and I have 3 options combined with what feels like, 2 options over here. I missed. Oh, and there's one more option here. right? So I've got 1, 2, 3 binary choices. So there's 8 there, and then 3 choices out in the lake. So 24 total choices is an achievable thing that I can think about. And some of these you can actually reason about, because I can look at this and be like, oh, the one that I connected it to is the one that comes to this building, which seems like that's a relevant thing to give it to. Okay, turn the big wheel first. All right, so that's going to drain the water. But yeah, I would love to know if any of the like 3D artifacts that they had are still like around or anything. All right, so I think what we just did here, and I can go check. So we drained the water, which is good. No more boiling water. But we do still have gas on, which seems like that's going to make the floor hot, and the floor is lava is a bad game to play. So we won't play that. Instead, we will do this. Which looks like it's lifting up that floor. Like inside this little window, you can see that now there is a floor level that is higher than the floor level of the water. I think that what's going on here, though, is that this gas is still on. Yeah, so that didn't change anything. Turn the lever on the right. Oh, I didn't see. Okay, so this is one of the problems that I have with this game, is that I am unobservant, and so I didn't notice there's another lever here. Okay, so that made the sound stop. So now I'm gonna guess that if we come out and look here, maybe the gas is turned off, and you can see that there's no more blue flame under here, and the light is no longer red on the door, and we can go in. So I was trying to play this one without the guide, and not being able to see that lever is what caused me to get stuck. I figured out how to make the water go down. I figured out how to make the floor go up, but I did not figure out how to flip that last lever because I literally just did not see it. So, yeah. All right. So it appears there's a big hole in the ground. And fortunately, we were not eaten by a Gru, likely would have been in Zork. And we have come out of a pipe on the other side of Crater Island. So, cool. So we'll follow the mountain pass, past the fence, and there's some doors here. Opens a door. Yeah, the mobile version's breaking like that kind of sucks. Oh. Let's go ahead and shut these doors. There we go. Alright, so go through the double doors and shut them behind you. Follow the path revealed on the right to go outside again. I don't feel like this is a revealed path. Close this. Okay, so that doesn't do anything. Oh, okay. I did not know I could click that. All right, follow the path revealed on the right to go outside again. And this is another one, right? Like, I probably would not have caught that in a long time. And so this is actually my biggest problem with Myst and Riven games, is like not realizing I can click somewhere is my biggest flaw. That's not necessarily a complaint about them. Like, in the game style at the time, that was totally reasonable. And yeah, gray lever on the right side of the bridge. We'll flip that. And return to the double doors. Oh, this is different. Okay, double doors are here. And turn around and go. Go inside forward of the double doors. Find a ball with holes in it. Look up and climb through the fan vent. Okay. And we will go in here. So this has got that star, that same star from the star room. And it appears that this is the journal of Gehn, who has been making notes about the age. Someday I should just sit down and like read all this. Oh, look. Okay. So here we go. Right. This is the room that I was looking at. The constellation, a series of link sites that will cross Riven. The Sunny Guild has finally completed location for each island. Okay, so these are like the 5 islands. And then due to the rebels' continued disturbances, I've decided to install a coded access system into all of the whatevers. And so you can see here that this is the symbol I was copying down earlier is this 3rd one. And apparently there's a series of numbers in here somewhere. So I guess that the intent, if you are playing this game through without a guide, is to read through this entire set of text, which is really hard. I guess it would be easier if it was much bigger. Yeah, I don't remember there being a mode to highlight clickable things. That definitely would have changed. Well, actually, in Myst, things might have been highlighted when they were clickable. In Riven, they don't seem to be. I don't remember if that was true in Myst or not. I feel like it was, because I feel like you got different arrows in Myst. So, like, when you dragged your mouse around the screen, it would change as you clicked on something, even on Windows. So, I think you are correct. But it is not a thing that happens here. Okay, maybe these are supposed to be numbers. I decided to install a coded access system into all of the domes. And so the coded access system looks like this. And then rising sun. And then triangle downwards. And then rising sun on the left. Plus triangle downwards. And then the number 4 in a box. Okay. I don't know what numbers those are supposed to be, but those appear to be the numbers that are interesting. And I did actually call those out as interesting data when flipping through the books, so I'm not totally crazy. Go to the door with the blue button on it. Press the button. So yeah, so this is the bad guy's lab. And we can see... Oop. I didn't actually want to open that. Please close. Push the button. And then go back out the opposite door. Oh, hello. I guess I don't want to deal with you yet. Uh-oh. This is bad. I'm not going to click that. It's probably a trap. What I am going to do, though, is save. Save game. Trap book. And then I'm going to resume. And find out what this book tells me. Oh, nothing. It's blank. Okay. I tried to click on it and nothing happened. So this is like a burned out book that in theory would go to a different age or something, but does not appear to. So. Alright. So which door? There's the door with the blue button. This is the door that is opposite that. We'll open that. And now we will head out to Plateau Island. Here we go. We got another cool mag levy thing. Turn around, baby. Turn around. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and I'm never coming round. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit terrified, but then I see the look in your eyes around. Bright eyes. Every now and then I fall apart around. Bright eyes. Every now and then I fall apart. And I need you now tonight. And I need you more than ever. And if you'll only hold me tight, we'll be holding on forever. We can take it to the end of the line. Your love is like a shadow of me all of the time. All of the time. Alright. Follow the pathway to the elevator. And then push the button to go up. Are you a pathway to an elevator? If there's an elevator in here, it's going to be like a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory elevator. Oh, this looks like an elevator. Is this an up button? Okay. Yeah, so even here, right? Like, this turns left, and when I hover over this, it does click, but it doesn't happen all the time, so... Okay. Alright, so pushing that made that top left thing all mushy. I don't know if that was the right thing to do or not. So now... Oh, I see. So... Okay. So I have to look at this thing, which I've made kind of like mushy in the top left. And then I've got to go match that in the mushiness machine here. Okay. So that's going to return the left platform back to normal. And then the second island in the top middle should get mushy in some way. Okay. This will be that top little island in the little right corner. Which I think is the island we are on currently. Oh, this is the wrong one. Never mind. Okay. Oh, I just figured out that I'm not supposed to be mapping out the mushiness on top. I'm supposed to be mapping out like the shape of them. Like, so this next one is going to be an L-shaped. So I need to find the little clicky option that matches the L shape in the map room. Hello, Leif. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so the fact that it's all like covered in water or whatever is just supposed to tell me, is not supposed to give me some kind of location. That's just telling me like, hey, it's just a visual identifier. Like they could have just circled it in red and it would have been equally accurate. Like that's not an L. That doesn't look like an L. That's like a crater. Well, that looks less like an L. Maybe this is an L? Yeah. The closeness with which they match is not super strong, but okay. We'll give it to you. And then this one I'm going to want to make it... Oh, there's a handle on the mapper so I can rotate it. Oh, well. That probably would have been useful if I wasn't just cheating and following a walkthrough. Okay. So now what we've got is something that needs to look like it has a crater in it. Just probably a crater island. Alright, are you this one? That does not look like a crater. That one's got like a little dome in it, but I don't think that's what I want. Nope. 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 Oh, well, none of those really seem to match as far as I can tell. Okay. So this does not have anything that looks like that crater that I'm expecting, but I think that's the right one. Okay, so now I think that I have set this up correctly. And I think that I've got these things for all of them. So now let's go back to the maglev. Maybe. Oh, look, I put like a little... Oh, this whole thing. I walked through this map. I didn't realize that. Okay. So I was like, where am I looking that has all this? So all these little islands here are the islands that I was picking, like highlighting on in the previous little puzzle. They're not like the actual islands. It's a not life-size legend. All right. So now I want to go out to the other side of the maglev. And you'd look at this and you'd be like, oh shit, like what's gonna happen? It's gonna take off. But it turns out that if you don't flip the little lever, that you can just turn left and go this way. Okay. So now we open the door. Oh, this room's spooky. Yeah, this isn't creepy at all. All right. Let's push the button. I don't know why would they store their elevator here underwater, but okay. Down we go. Cool. All right. Let's start going down the trail. Here comes Peter Cottontail. Hey, a person! Person! What? Don't run away, person! I love you. Oh. There were no people in Myst. Okay. Oh no! He's stealing my maglev! You little... I guess for a modern game, I don't want cutscene heavy games because I'd rather interact than watch the cutscene unfold. So maybe that's the reason why I haven't played many cutscene heavy games. Like, I don't watch the cutscenes, I skip the cutscenes, so it's not really the same. Okay, now I'm in a big chair. Okay, so now I can look at things underwater. And I've opened a viewing chamber. Alright. So if we pull this down, okay, so what do we have here? We have 5 don't? Okay, so we can rotate to different things, maybe. Press slow? Okay. Oh. It's like a rotary dial telephone. Okay. So we've got green equals circle with dot. I don't know how to... Yellow equals eyeball with pupil. So you have to keep in mind that this age was only Gehn's second attempt at making an age, and it's falling apart. Like, that's why Atrus didn't help out, is that he's like, oh shit, I have to write down everything that's going on here to prevent this place from collapsing. And so, like, it's not clear that it's, like, in the best of shape. Oopsie. Okay, I made a fish appear who appears to want to eat me. That's a weird command that I never remember adding. Cool! Hi, Jeff. I'm glad you made it. Sorry you didn't get a notification on Friday. Okay. So that fish seemed uncool. Okay, so this red light seems to call forward a fish. A fish with tusks, yes. And not like one tusk, like, not like tusks coming from its mouth. No, tusks coming from, like, the side of its face. And that is equal to circle with curves and a line in the middle. Okay. Let's turn on this light. Okay, this has no color. As far as I can tell. And this is blue. Blue equals circle with roundy bits and that. Okay, so now I should be back here, and this light should be green. Yes. And this light should be yellow. Yes. Okay, cool. So now I can flip this away. I don't need it anymore, I think. Now, I do not understand, like, I understand as a game player, like, push buttons, see what happens. Like, that makes sense to me. I do not understand how I'm supposed to know anything. However, it looks like this is Catherine, who I need to save. Okay, so now she's gone. But she was there, so I guess that's what I know. Flip this back up. Push the turning aroundy button to get us out of this weird water chair. And now we'll see if we can make our way to the maglev and go back from whence we came. Big dome by going back up the elevator. I don't think I need to go back up the elevator. Does this not take me where I think it does? This is gonna take me down, right? I'm a little bit confused by something here. Nope. Okay, this is gonna take me up. Okay, so the underwater room has its own maglev, which is separate from the maglev station, which is separate from the maglev station at the top level. So this whole island has kind of two different maglev stations, and I didn't realize that. So the maglev that the weird guy I was chasing ran away on is not one that I've taken yet. It's one that I just opened the door to, but I didn't take. And presumably it's basically directly below this one. So that's interesting. But now we will take this back, and this should take us to Gehn's lab. Assuming I have followed instructions correctly. Which we shall see. Hey, it's a lab. Make our way into the lab. And then out this door that I previously pushed a button next to. Hey, and it's a big gold dome. Oh no, I can't. I can't get up these stairs. Oh, there's that hint. I was like, I can't get up the stairs. What's going on here? Like, there's a switch right there. This is why I would not be good at games. But again, that switch was right there. A little bit more observant behavior would have made that work fine. And this is back to the beginning island again, where I was talking about the fact that I couldn't actually go around here on this catwalk. And now I can open up the catwalk. And so when I walk down these like pipes, walk down this path to open the pipes, you can see that. And now like this path part is actually connected. So I opened that. Cool. And now we'll raise this bridge. Yeah, no, Leif, they definitely do not. I mean, like Mark pointed out, if you mouse over them, they do actually, your cursor does actually change. But there's a lot of geographic real estate that I would have to move my mouse over in order to find all these things. Beyond just being observant. Like I said, if I could just see things, it would be fine. I don't know what's going on. There's noise and I can't see what's happening. Oh, a bridge. Hello, bridge. Continue on the bridge until you come to a door. Do I lift the switch? Aha! I have lifted a switch. So remember when I said earlier that in that gold scarab room we were pushing a button just so we could get this to be here? The reason was because if I didn't, I would have had to hit the button 3 times here. So it just made it easier for myself to do it while I was on the other side. I don't know. I assume somebody could. I'm not sure I could. Okay. Go through the door and exit to where you started. Okay, so this was where I started. That was my little prison cell. And, when I placed it, oh yeah. Hit the switch. Oh, oops. Hit the button to rotate the room twice. I did not do that. So the reality is that I'm not very good at making computers do things when it's like manipulating someone else's environment. Like, that's not a thing I'm good at. I can think of somebody in mind that I follow on Twitter who I think would be very good at something like that. I'm just not one of those people. I did, for the record, pay $6 for this game just so I would not have to bother with trying to like find like a download and install like QuickTime in a Windows 3.1 VM again, like I did last time I played it. Okay. Then go through the room and up the raised bridge. Oops. Okay, we got a lot of little lights here. I was going to say buttons, but then I realized they're not buttons. Place the marbles in the grid. Oh, wait. Okay, so this is Prison Island, but I don't know which island Prison Island is. Like, I don't understand how I'm supposed to know how to do this. Like, I understand how to cheat on this. Like, blue light was, you know, one thing and red light was a different thing. But I don't know how I'm supposed to know how to do it on my own. If I get these just on the right islands, does that do it? It does not. Okay. So somehow you were supposed to figure out where to put these marbles. And I do not know how this puzzle works at all. That didn't actually do anything. Yet, at least. Turn around and click the switch on the left wall. I did not place that yellow marble. That is correct. Okay. We're gonna save game. Marbles. Resume. Okay. That's fine. Da, 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 da. Okay. Oh. Oh, I've got it. I figured it out. Okay. So when I put the things, which, I mean, I don't know if this is, I can make this go back up now, but when I put these, when I was doing that map puzzle, there are two parts, right? Like, one was picking the right thing to, like, line up in the square. So I don't actually have to, I think I can put this any of these. Like, I can push this here or like here, but basically that map puzzle was designed to tell me where to go here. So like, I don't have to put this in this square. I have to put it anywhere in these. Like, they could have made this just like a 5 by 5 grid instead of like a 25 by 25 grid. So when I picked out the map that matched in the map room, that gave me the information about like what that was. So like, for example, on Crater Island, like the square was in this top left corner. And so for the purple island, it is, which I still don't know how I know. Maybe the colors don't matter. I feel like they do. Like, it has to be in that top left corner. And for the this island, it has to be in this quadrant. And for, like, et cetera, et cetera. So, like, that is the information that I was supposed to collect from this puzzle, is which of the quadrants do these go in. I did not pick up on that information at all, and that would have kept me here a long-ass time. All right. Push the thing on the left wall. Okay, so I did not put the... I'm going to see if this behaves any differently, like makes a noise or something, if I put them in the exact position in the grid that it tells me to do, so... Oh, shoot. Sorry. Thanks. So pushing the white button that it tells me to did not seem to do the right thing, so I'm going to try and make it match, or rather, it didn't make any noise, which maybe it's just not supposed to make noise. I don't know. But we'll find out. Okay, so that is matching the example it gives me exactly. So now this is going to go back down, and we'll see if that's a thing. You want to play golf this Friday, Brad? Yeah, okay. So... cool. I'm glad I did that. On the other hand, I still have no idea how this marble puzzle works. Like, there is some information about this marble puzzle that I am not understanding. So, I definitely had to cheat there, and cool. Glad I cheated. Great. Alright, through the gold room. To the bridge. And the first rotation button. Hit the button 3 times, as usual. Okay, I'm thinking about it. So the other thing that I want to do, I've been wanting to do for a while, is basically just to do 4 different real-world simulation things. So one of them, game-ish environments. One is to do like Flight Simulator in Google Earth, and we can go fly the Himalayas or something like that. One is to do GeoGuessr game where we get to just play around in Street View. One is to look at something else. GTA maybe? GTA was one of them. Like just go walking around in downtown in GTA. And one of them was something else. And I was thinking of doing a stream of just like these 4 different kind of real world simulation environments. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do that this Friday or not. So, okay, hit the button 3 times, go through the gold room, back into the big dome. Hey, big dome. Cool. Hit the button 3 times. Follow the catwalk outside the dome. Oh. Outside the dome. But stop right before the path goes through the big rock. Turn right and hit the button to be lowered. I saw that one all on my own, actually. I didn't even know it was there. Well, I knew to stop, but I didn't even know that button was there, and I looked, and I was like, hey, there's a thing over there, and I was right. I pushed a button because I'm smart. Yay. All right, turn around and go up the stairs. Oh, hey, a spinning dome. Stop button here. Gold. Click the button on top when the gold symbol comes up. So the gold symbol is the one right here. But I hit it and it didn't stop. No, I missed. Well. Something's changing. Okay, it wasn't the symbol. There we go. Okay. I definitely clicked that at a time when it seems like it would have been far more relevant than the last one, but whatever. That's fine. Go to the dome and enter the code you found from the book in the library. Alright, again, I'm going to save. 233rd. Resume. So the book that I found in the library had digits, or not digits, had drawings. But I don't see anything about this that looks like drawings to me. Like, I have a bunch of little things I can move around. I definitely don't want to be brute forcing this. Okay, so there must have been some other code in the library that I missed. Okay, well, before we continue with that, we're going to walk to a quiet part of the map. And I'm going to show my own puzzle that I made today. So today at work, my coworker pointed out that she had just laser cut herself a puzzle. And I was like, that is so cool. And so I also laser cut myself a puzzle. Now, I did a couple of different things. First, I, of course, laser cut a puzzle that did not have the CPG on it, and we'll get to why that is dangerous in a second. But first, we'll put together the CPG puzzle. So these are pieces of 1/8 inch plywood, little craft wood, that are pretty commonly used for laser cutting. Each of these pieces thankfully has something on it, so you can tell which side is the right way up. And so we can get all the pieces on their backs here, and we can put together a little puzzle. So this is a pretty easy puzzle. It was not designed or intended to be difficult. It is a puzzle that it's 4x3, if I remember correctly. So again, like not hard, not intended to be hard. But what it does have is I made it all on my own, and it has my name on it. And the way that I made it was there's an SVG puzzle generator out there. It's just like an HTML file that someone tossed up on a gist on GitHub so that you can make your own puzzles, and it randomly generates an SVG file, and you can say how many pieces and how big and everything else like that about the puzzle, so that you can then do whatever you want with it, like print it out. So I made this pretty simply just because I wanted to do a quick test, and I did not need all of the hassle of trying to make a brilliant puzzle or anything else like that. I just wanted something that was simple and that I could quickly kind of toss together while I was on my lunch break. Despite how simple this is, I still have some trouble with it. So we've got our C and our P, or our G rather, coming together here. We'll snap in this, maybe over here. Yep, there we go. That's the bottom of the G. And one thing that I had to do was that I did have to actually cut over the lines twice because I didn't make it all the way through on the first time I did the laser cut. So these are a bit more loose than I'd really like, but not too bad. I have a concern. This piece doesn't go here. That's my concern. Yeah, these two pieces are a little bit interchangeable, but you figure it out when the puzzle doesn't solve. But as you can see, there we go. We put together a little puzzle, says CPG on it. Now, why is this piece that doesn't have the CPG on it so much more difficult? Well, one reason, of course, is that you don't have the letters to look at to go along with it, right? That's obvious. But the other problem is that with these pieces, I can't tell which side is up. So while in theory, I should be able to look at this and be like, oh, it's not that difficult, in reality, it's a lot more difficult, because while you might look at this and think oh, this is the bottom, this is the the top or whatever, the corner or whatever, it actually goes like this. And so you have to actually flip it over in order to realize which piece it is. Now on the plus side, I actually used the same SVG cutout for both of these parts. So one way that I can put this together, using the powers of deduction that I have, is in fact to just line up these pieces along with the already put together CPG puzzle, which makes me look really smart. Because I can do this puzzle that would otherwise be very difficult. But the reason, of course, is that I cheat. Because if you don't have this template, it becomes very difficult to know which piece is which. Now, I was talking to my coworker about this, and she said, the hardest puzzle I ever did was a 300-piece puzzle that had a picture of turtles on both sides. And, okay, that's troublesome, but it's not that bad. The problem was that the two pictures of turtles were the same picture, just rotated 90 degrees. So she said that was the most difficult puzzle she had ever done. And I explained that I have nowhere near that level of skill in puzzles. Like, I have enough trouble just putting together a 12-piece puzzle that I cut myself. And it appears that at some point in the last couple hours, I may have lost a piece. Because I don't seem to have it here, so we'll double check. I don't have it in my bag. Might be one more down here. Oh, there we go. And I've got the final piece of the puzzle. There we go. And now you can see that I am brilliant. I even have the ability to put together a puzzle that is reversible with no information on both sides. Because I can follow the template that says Cpg underneath it. So that was my kind of cool thing of the day, was printing out my Cpg puzzle on the laser cutter. It does have the why do these videos take so long to load? Google, like, you should be better than this. Where are you? I watched this video like not too long ago. Like, just play. Just play. Load the video. Come on, technology, get with the program. Are you seriously not gonna, like, do the thing? Hello? There we go. I don't know, like loading the YouTube player took, or the video player took that long? Is my internet this bad? What do you mean an error occurred? What do you mean an error occurred? God damn it. Those fuckers at YouTube. I tell you. Always broken. Always broken. Let's reload this page, see if it works any better. It's probably not gonna. There we go. But yeah, so you can see the laser going through, and this is actually the second pass. So this is taking all the pieces that were a little bit still attached and actually cutting them out of the wood using the laser. But first thing it did, of course, was to print the big CPG on it. That's done in a process called raster etching. And so you can actually feel like an indentation in the wood where it's burned off the top layer of it. And you can see here, it is going around the outside of the puzzle and cutting the outside. This is on our Epilogue 40 watt laser at work, cutting through 1/4 inch plywood to create that. So that was my brief exploration for the day. I used this as, and you can see right there at the end, these pieces in the middle fell apart because they had actually cut sufficiently through the wood that they've fallen down. So that's what you're seeing there, is as the pieces kind of fall down, they fall down from the warp of the wood. So that was my puzzle making experience earlier today, and spent some time doing that. And this was my first cut, which did not work as well. Oh no, this is the blank pieces the blank puzzle we put together. And this is the CPG puzzle. So that is my own little jigsaw puzzle made on the laser cutter at work. All right, let's go back here and see if we can understand what the numbers are here. Okay, I think I have to go back to the lab. Riven, long play. Yeah, so I feel like these numbers are what I need. Let's see if I can do anything, find someone who's done this spinning dome bit. This guy did this whole thing in a very different order than I did. Okay, here we go. I think. Just saw it. Okay. So how does this work? Show me the way. Not day way, that's a thing. But no. He didn't show me. So I'm quickly skimming through this person's playthrough, trying to find spinning dome in their playthrough. Okay, that's how they do the marble puzzle. So this looks like some kind of linking book that takes into the spinning dome. And then he just leaves it? Yeah, he doesn't do the spinning dome puzzle. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, there's another. Okay, spinning dome ribbon. So wait, here's where I'm confused. Oh. So somewhere there's a guide for these symbols. Okay, I didn't see that, but whatever. So the symbols I have are the number 4. So 4. Although I can't, how do I? Oh man. Alright, look, this is even more complex than I realized. Like, it appears like this is the overall symbol of numbers that I've got. And so all of these are little notches on here. So we've got like, what, 5, 10, 15. Oh wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5. 10, 15, 20, 25. And we've got numbers that look like this. Okay, so my numbers are 4, 10, 15, circle plus this is 17. And then 4 inside a box is 21. 4, 10, 15, 17, 21. So now I can come back here and I can put these in. 4, 10, 15, 17, 21. This is 21. 17. Yeah, so this is definitely a gaming lawyer that I decided before going into it that I would be playing with a walkthrough. The problem is that even with the walkthrough, I still get stuck. I did it! Alright, so this book is a linking book, and it's open linking book, unlike the other ones that I have found so far. So now we're going to travel through to someplace. This is the link to Gehn's 233rd age. So this is the bad guy's lair, basically. Yeah, I saved right before I did the gold dome puzzle, so I think we're set. Thank you, though. Appreciate it. Oh, I was like, is this ever gonna do anything? All right, so I'm in a prison. That seems unfortunate. Hello. Turn around. Oh, button. I pushed a button. Now here comes the bad guy to monologue at me. He's a big fan of monologuing, I bet. Oh, hello, bad guy. Nice suit.
I apologize for the cage. I'm afraid this situation has often required of me a more primitive code of conduct than I might otherwise have chosen. I am Gehn.
Hello,
I
Gehn.
assume you've heard of me.
I have.
Yes. Well, I suspect you have acquired some false information of who I am now.
I think you made this
Not that
place.
my son would have lied to you about me. No, not Atrus. It's just that, well, I'm sure he believes me to still be the depraved father I once was.
You still are depraved.
Yes. I even tried to kill him once.
Well, don't do that.
God, if I had accomplished that, who knows what I would have become.
A terrible human
Great
being?
father indeed, who tries to murder his own son. Thankfully, he trapped me on age 5, a prison of my own creation. No books, no precious inks, no ages to link to, nothing but my own foolish ambitions.
But now
That
you're
was
here.
30 years ago.
How'd you get here then?
30 years, 30 lifetimes, what does it matter? No sentence could be too harsh for the man I was. But I have changed.
I don't believe you. The fire in the sky kind of makes you look like a bad guy still.
To be sure, the deeds of my past can never be completely atoned for, but my mission was an honorable one. I'm sorry, this is all a bit awkward. It's been a long time since I've attempted to persuade anyone of my intentions. Most of the people here have already made their minds up about me one way or another.
Yes, like me.
I myself
think you're a bad guy.
do not trust the words of most men,
Well,
so I don't expect you to believe me.
yes, that's a good plan. I
In the
won't.
end, though, you may discover that I do have more than mere words to offer.
Sort of.
Atrus's choice of punishment has been hard on the people of Riven, and many have suffered because of it. The island has been steadily decaying for years, but according to my most recent measurements, it appears that the 5th age has entered its final days.
Oh no. That's
Unless
Riven.
the villagers can be relocated soon, the island will collapse entirely and everyone will perish.
There's only like 3 people on the island.
It has taken me a long time to do it, but it appears that finally I'll be able to make some substantial amends to my past transgressions, especially in... Well, I'm afraid I've had some trouble with Catherine and the moiety. In any society, there will always be a small percentage of the population with rebellious tendencies. Before Catherine appeared, the moiety, as they call themselves, had been relatively harmless. I mean, the natives here are a fairly violent people by nature, but I'd almost come to accept their presence. It seemed inevitable under the circumstances. Upon Catherine's return, however, their violence intensified considerably. It seems she's become some sort of religious savior to them. And as far as I can tell, she's come to believe this herself. So I've had no alternative.
But to keep her in prison?
I had to separate her from her people.
That seems
I
wrong.
must admit, though, that my concerns were not entirely for her safety alone. The actions of Catherine and the moiety have put my own life at risk on numerous occasions.
Well, that's because you're a dick.
Consequently, the lives of all the people here. Therefore, I must ask you to refrain from any attempt to free her.
Yeah, that's not
Though
gonna
I'm
happen.
sure Atrus desires it.
Yeah, he does.
Indeed, He must desire it with all his heart. But he is completely unaware of her recent state. I know that you arrived in the Fifth Age with a book which was immediately stolen from you.
And destroyed, I think.
Needless to say, its reacquisition is of interest to me, though my personal history with the moiety does not give me much hope for it. Still, there is a chance you might somehow manage to retrieve it. If you do, I would ask for the safety of all concerned that you bring it to me at your earliest opportunity. Again, to be honest, my reasons here are partly selfish. There is so much yet to be resolved between Atrus and myself, especially in light of what has become of Catherine. In any case, my immediate concern is the completion of the sanctuary I've long promised to all the islanders. In the meantime, as a token of my good intentions, I will allow you free access to my linking books, crude though they may be, and to the rest of the Fifth Age.
Well, I appreciate the monologue, bad guy. But I don't trust you very much. So...
As for the stolen linking book, we should probably not meet again until you've recovered it. I will know if you succeeded, and will await your return. Good luck with your search. I hope to see you back here shortly.
Okay. So my goal is trap this guy, rescue Catherine, and then tell Atrus that everything is cool. Which... I don't have the book to trap him, and I don't know where Catherine is, really. So... I guess I'm not to that part yet. So, just have to keep on trucking. Anyway, hello gaming lawyer, happy Monday. Do you have a move date yet? I don't know if you the answer was already yes. Okay, so there's like books here. Okay, that's got 4. Let me save. Save. 233rd post monologue. Resume. Okay, so that's 4, that's 5, that's 1. That's a lot. I think this is going to take me back to the jungle world. 22nd. Oh, you're moving like 3 days before Christmas? That's... I mean... Alright. That's a lot, I guess is how I feel about that. Alright, I have to actually click, I think. Nope. There we go. Oh, it's really loud, sorry. I turned it up. He does give a good solo. The acting in this is also really good. It doesn't feel cheesy like a lot of the games of that like era and time did. Like even just like Castlevania that we just played. Like the Castlevania Symphony of the Night game felt very cheesy. So voice acting and this stuff is just really good. Alright, turn around from the sphere and go left up the stairs. Gotcha. That's right. That's right. You've got family up there, so it's like going up for Christmas. Makes sense. Are you doing like U-Haul or how, like, I don't know how much stuff you've got. How much stuff are you bringing with you? Because you're going to be kind of bopping around to different places for a little while, right? Alright, now I can keep going up the stairs. Go in the building. And sit down. So now we can see the village. Upsy-mazzy, oopsie-daisy. That's cool. Yeah, so one of the things I was thinking of is like, okay, cool, you've got this great environment, but my guess is that like on the other side of this rock, there's no textured rock there. Like you're not intended to see anything other than this specific view. So I wanted to see if I could dig up real quick without breaking YouTube. I think I can. Like I did a bunch of rendering of scenes from the internet ray tracing competition, and so but I did them in like full 3D VR ish mode, and so let's see, how long ago was that? I don't even remember. 2016, 2000. Yeah, here we go. And so like this one, for example, which I will click through to the YouTube page for. So like, okay, so this is the default scene, right? Like, and when you're looking at it like this, or maybe like zoomed a little bit further back, like this, you're like, okay, this looks like a reasonable thing that you could imagine. And I think the actual position was actually like this little peg person was the point of view you were working from. I adjusted the position slightly. But then you fly through it and you realize that it's all just a trick of the eyes. Like all of these objects, like they look fine here, but then as you get further out, you realize like, oh look, there's just nothing over here. Like this island just floats in midair. Like, and then as you get into this little area that looks like it's a reasonable resort, you find out that these trees are like floating above the ground and like other things like that, because this is not a portion that you were ever, an angle you were ever intended to see the world from. And so as you come over here, you realize like, oh, like I'm not meant to be seeing all these kind of like untextured, unstyled things. I'm meant to be seeing it from a perspective which is very different than that. I'm not meant to be seeing this like island that floats in midair. I'm only meant to see the point of view from this one perspective. So this is one of the winners of the internet ray tracing competition. And it looked really beautiful, and it's got this like nicely rendered scene and so on and so forth. But it's all just a trick of the hand. Sleight of hand, these straight edges, planes that are just lined up there, like none of this stuff is real. And so I'm sure the same is true of these Myst worlds, where, yes, they look really cool and great and I like them, but the reality is that they don't exist in the way that I feel like they do. Exactly. Never make more than you need, never add anything else. All right, pull the lever, okay. Hit the left lever again. Take me back in. And get out of here. Gotcha. Movers are definitely the way to go. I do not look forward to getting out of this house. We have bought some big furniture, and getting the big furniture in. Now, admittedly, getting the big furniture in is going upstairs and getting it out will be going downstairs. But there's definitely a piece of furniture which they were like, we cannot get this in. And you just have to kind of like angle it over the railing around, because we've got like these sloped roofs, like the roof behind me is like, sloped down, and above our stairs is the same way, and so you don't get like the full height of the stairs, and so they're like, we can't do it, and had to spend like 20 minutes like trying to get the piece through, and eventually like shoved it, and I just, it's like when we have to pull that dresser back out, it's going to be a nightmare. The movers are going to hate us, but I will definitely be hiring movers, because it's all real heavy wood too, which is, part of the problem. Okay. Go back down the path towards the tree. Okay. Pull the lever on the right, and an elevator will take you down. Okay, so Gehn's story is basically like, I'm a good guy now. I just kidnapped Catherine because the inhabitants of Riven were treating her like a religious figure, and it was for her own good, and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, I don't believe you. Walk out, pull the switch on the left. Aha! We will open the gates of hell. Excellent. I mean, they're not really the gates of hell. They just look like the gates of hell. In fact, they are a fish's mouth. Hello, fishy! Oh! Hello, small child! Run! Run! Okay. Oh! Bug! Hello, bug. Kind of spooked me there. Follow the path and you will come to a large structure in the ground. I don't... Oh, I passed it somehow. I think. Okay. Oh, this thing. Okay. Fine, and oh! Okay. Draw that again and write down sheet buying or something. Where'd my pen go? Lost my pen. It's not the right pen. I was using a different pen. Alright, well this will just have to... pens, pens, pens. Okay. So this is a... Try that. Let's see that one more time. Okay, more than one more time. I think it's like okay. And that is goat. Alright, go. Got it. And then continue down the... So this is another one, like, would I have ever seen that ball, like, walking by here? I don't know, right? Like, so what the path is, you come out here, and I was supposed to notice that, like, there's a thing here, and then click in here, and then click again, and then click on this? Really? Like, that's the thing I'm supposed to do? Because that seems a bit much, but... Okay. Keep on going down the path. Continue, wait. Continue down the ladder to the submarine. That's not a submarine. Okay, this is fish. I come out, I take the path, left path. I do not see a ladder to a submarine. I'm gonna have to go through this gate and figure out if there's like a thing that I'm missing here. Okay, so that's a thing I've been to. So this is like a path, but it does not feel... Oh, look, a person. Okay, I definitely went the wrong way. It would have noted if there were people I was seeing. Always tells me when I'm going to see people. Must have gone the wrong way. Fish mouth. There's a ladder over there. Oh, I gotta turn around. This is like a set of stairs, not a ladder. It's like a floating buoy here. Again, not a ladder. Hello, Airbending Eagle. I played Myst once too. I even did it on stream. I'm looking for a ladder to a submarine, which seems from the instructions like it should be near here. If you were a ladder to a submarine, where would you be? Continue. Keep going down the path and you should come to some ladders and another ball in the rocks. Oh wait, I'm Fisher's Mouth. Maybe go back through the I screwed up. There were multiple balls and I got screwed up. Okay, go back to the tree you came through and make a left. Go up the stairs through the gate and keep going right. Okay, I'm good now. I'm all good. I got lost. There's two balls that are near each other and I got confused. Follow the path until you come to the villagers who will run away from you. Go up the ladders past the huts. Hello. And keep going until you see an altar and a submarine-like machine. Hit the lever next to the submarine. Tony would like to get out. The best quote, Grandpa Bob. The best quote. All right. Go back through. Okay, so I put the submarine down, which is good. I've got like a weird cricket here, but I can't do anything with it apparently. All right, so let's back out of here. And go to the back to the gate where you came to the village, but don't go through it. Oops. Oh, I ended up on a little dead end here. Okay, so somewhere here. Ah, there we go. Down. Go back to the gate where you came to the village, but don't go through it. Gate. Continue on the path and down the stairs. That's up the stairs, so that seems wrong. Well, sort of. Except another aspect of this does actually... Nope, never mind. Okay. Okay, so this is where I came to the village. So we'll click our way back to the gate. I remember these sea creatures it wants me to find. I just don't... I saw them like ages and ages ago. Saw them like at the beginning of the game. There, these creatures. I was up the stairs, not down the stairs, but whatever. Okay, so on the rock that those sea creatures were on, there's another ball. Many balls in this game, many balls. The creature swam away. There we go. And that was a whale, I feel like. I'm gonna do this again. Okay, so we got a chirrup chirrup, a goat, and a whale. Those are the three sounds that we have so far. After leave, go towards the rocks. So keep going down the path, and you should come to some ladders and another ball inside rocks. Hello, ball. Okay, and this is a buzzing sound. And then continue down the ladder to the submarine, which I sank. Or maybe this is a different submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. And we sailed unto the sun until we found the sea of green. And he told us of his life in the land of submarines. Nice rotating submarine. The lever that moves in an arc turns the submarine around. The lever that slides side to side determines whether it will take the left or the right track. The lever on the right makes you move forward to the next junction. Turn the submarine around and move forward until you reach a fork. When I get older, losing my hair, many years from now, will you still be sending me a Valentine? Birthday greetings, bottle of wine. If I've been out till 2:45, would you lock the door? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? You gotta be careful when you ask for a better song, because I don't think that we have a similar definition of better songs. This is how we do it. It's Monday night and I feel alright. The party's here on the south side, so I reach for my 40 and I turn it up. Designated driver takes the keys to my truck. Hit the shore cause I'm faded. Honey's in the street saying, Monty, you only made it. Alright. Leave the sub and ascend the stairs. I did not know it was the 50th anniversary of the White Album. I'm assuming this is some well-known Beatles album. Ascend the stairs to a room. Oh. This looks like a room. I mean, it's a ladder, but sure. Move all the switches to the up position. And go down to the sub again. So the problem that I have is that without cheating, there's so many things that I do not understand how these puzzles work. Like, they're interesting to me just from a technical level of, like, what the puzzles are, but I still don't understand how I was supposed to know, like, how the numbering system worked, or, like, many of these things. And this reminds me a little bit of Return to Zork, where I'm like, how was I supposed to know that? Anyway, turn around. I mean, I know the White Album is a Beatles album. I don't know which songs are on it. But yes, that is correct. That is what you heard. Go forward again. Going back underwater. I don't believe that the Afghan Wigs are as important as the Beatles. And I believe the White Album has a number of songs that more people know than Gentlemen. I mean, we're probably coming up on like the 20th anniversary of Montel Jordan's This Is How We Do It. Actually, it might be 22. When did that come out? Maybe longer. 1995. So we're 23 years into having This Is How We Do It in the world. So that's clearly important. Okay, move all the okay. Leave the sub and enter a schoolhouse. Maybe. Take me to a schoolhouse. Take me to the schoolhouse, the schoolhouse. Drop me in the water, people say. And we just ignore everything people say. Oh, hello. Oh, I don't speak your language. I need a universal translator. Okay, so this is like one of those old school, like, roll the little reel thing to make the picture appear, except it makes holograms, but they're in a language I don't speak, so that's not very useful for me. We got some little notes here about counting the number of papayas that are here. There are some numbering things around the room. Okay, so this is the number. This is number something. Are there like things I can click here? This is supposed to be a game that teaches me the deny numbering system, which I don't actually care about because I just looked it up in a YouTube video instead. But I guess this is how I'm supposed to learn the numbering system, but the walkthrough didn't tell me the numbering system before I got here. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so like this thing is 9. Is that how that works? Yes. Okay. So the way that I'm supposed to figure this out, this numbering system out, is to like play this game, and every time it spins a little thing, it tells me what the numbers mean. This doesn't really... I'm not sure that's the same guy. I'm not saying it can't be, but I'm not sure it's the same guy. Okay, so this is supposed to teach me the numbering system that I already learned by looking up a YouTube video. So, great. I have learned it by looking up a YouTube video. It would have been nice if you had told me the numbering system when I needed to enter a goddamn number, but whatever. It's fine. Return to the sub, turn it around. So your ordering of this walkthrough is bad, and you should feel bad. Back in the USSR, don't know how lovely you are. Back in the USSR. Obla D, obla da, life goes on, right? Na 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 na, life goes on. That's the obla D, obla da, I know. Which I didn't know was the Beatles, maybe? Did Fish do a version of it too? Because I feel like I know it better from Fish, and maybe that's a different song, and I am just conflating them because they both have that lyric in them. Alright. Return to the sub, turn around, move forward, check on this left side, move forward again, get out of the submarine, go into the structure. Hey, I'm in a structure. And pull the triangle in front of me. Spin, structure. Oh, this is the thing I closed earlier when I was looking at it from the sky. Like the cone that I closed. Alright, now I have a trapeze. Trapezes sound good. Click on the seat that lowers. That is not a seat. That is a freaking trapeze, but sure. You'll be lifted up to a prison. Why did I choose to be lifted up to a prison? That feels wrong. Like, this feels like the wrong approach to this particular problem. Another thing that's interesting is that even though this game, like, had a full DVD's worth of, well, I mean, not a full, but, like, several CDs worth of video files, the quality on them is terrible. Because they didn't have, like, H.264 back then. So, you know, if you wanted to encode things, it kind of sucked. Alright, I will be lifted up to a prison. Open the door by turning the crank to the right. Oh, I'm not in a prison. It's just, it is a prison, which is fine. Anyway, yes, there is an end to the universe. It will eventually die of, like, heat death. That's a scientific thing, I feel like. Okay, so now I'm in prison. Feels like a bad idea, just to be clear. Go into the cell and open the drain in the floor. Alright, I will open the drain in the floor. Touch the water. Oh. I did not mean to do that. Touch the water. I thought this was the water, but it's not. The water is probably down the drain. Okay. I have touched the water. Wow, that drain has water way up at the surface, which feels problematic. Fortunately for me, there is also like a secret thing in there. So, cool. It's not much of a prison if it has a button inside of it that anyone can flip that opens the wall, but sure, that's fine, not a problem. Go down the dark tunnel until you reach water. I've reached water. Screw in the light on the left. Okay. Turn around and go back to tunnel slowly, turning on all the lights. Oh. There's a light right there. Once you reach the end, turn around and go back down the tunnel. Open the door. Open it and go through it. Push down the stones you see in this order. Fish, beetle, frog, sunner, wark. Fish. Fish, beetle, frog. Fish, beetle, fish. Beetle. Beetle. Frog. Frog's got a pointy nose out in front. Must have gone past him at some point. Frog. Sunner. Sunner looks like a... kind of like that, but with a duck bill. Kind of like that, but with a duck bill. Aha! Oh, I missed it. There we go. This. Sunner, whatever a sunner is. And wark. Wark, 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 wark. It's got kind of a this look to it. All right, I pushed down 5 stones. Let's see if this goes anywhere for me. Hey! I made a book appear. Okay, so here's what I would be interested in. Like, someone to take this walkthrough, and for each of the puzzles that I do, I want to have, like, a full documented explanation of where you're supposed to get the information that you're supposed to have in order to do the the puzzle. Like, give me an explanation for each of them that kind of goes into, like, what island is this piece on? How are you supposed to find it? Like, what clues did you have? I feel like that would be an actually interesting, and it's possible that this is actually one of the things I already did, because I did click into that, like, solving the gold dome puzzle that's like 35 minutes long, and that told me a thing. So yeah. Okay, so this is linking into the Rebel Moiety age. The Moiety are the population of Riven, and apparently this age is where the rebels live. The rebels are the ones who I think Catherine was referred to as being an idol to, so presumably this is a place where Gehn does not believe that I belong. So we'll see how this goes. Well, you think, Brad, that this is not like the obvious solution for growing my YouTube fame? You think that this is not something that would just like amaze and you know, make people amazed with wonderment? Yes, I agree. There is always the question. Oh God! Oh shit! Ah! I got darted by the. Hey, that's the guy who stole my book. Fucker. Stole my book and then shot me with a sleep dart? Jesus Christ. I mean, I guess I did invade their rebel base, so, you know, I shouldn't be too surprised with the consequences for that particular action, but... Hello. Oh, I guess we're going to the big tree. Hey, it's like Last of the Mohicans. I don't know why I thought that, but we're in a canoe and he looks like he's wearing kind of like indigenous American clothes. Yeah, I guess of all the videos that I think I should produce, that one is certainly not top on the list of ones that I think would be of high interest. I feel like I would be better off doing a video about how I made my cool laser cut puzzle than that. And that's not because I think my laser cut puzzle is going to be like a mystery of wonderment where everyone is going to love it, but instead because it's still more likely to gain interest than Myst. Okay, cool. I'm in prison. My prisoners don't hate me though, because he was like chatting with me as he took me to where I can go, so there's that at least. Hello? I'm awake. Please come talk to me. I'm bored. I'm in prison. I don't want to be in prison. Speaking of prison, so I've been listening to a podcast called Ear Hustle, which I've probably mentioned once or twice before, and one of the hosts has been an inmate inside San Quentin prison for the past 21 years, and his sentence was commuted last week, and so now he is out of prison, which is kind of cool, except for the fact that you absolutely know that the reason that he got a commutation, which is pretty rare, is because like he has a popular podcast with like 1 million subscribers and has been doing things on it. Like, there is no way that that is not a factor in the fact that the governor commuted his sentence. But, you know, it's kind of cool to have this person who I've been listening to and being like, oh, this dude seems pretty cool, even if he fucked up 21 years ago. And now he's out of jail. Oh, I don't speak your language. Wait, you got something for me, though? Oh, you gave me back my book. Hello, Org Chaos. Okay, now I have 3 books. Hold on, let me save just in case like one of these books will kill me. 3 books. Alright, resume. That one I don't like the looks of. Okay, this is like Catherine's journal. Looking for some numbers. Give me some numbers. None of these are numbers. Man, do people read all this? Also, it's so small on my screen. I guess the way most people play this is much bigger. Okay, there's some numbers. All right, so we've got 4. Then we've got left arrow, which I don't know what number that is. Then we've got line in box. We got line in box again. And we've got 4. 4 something, 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 4. Cool. Flip through and make sure there's no other numbers. Wow, so many words. Jesus. Okay. This one will return with a linking book. headed back to the jungle island on Riven. Okay, so she's like, here, I'm done with you. I gave you the books. Oh, she gave me 2 more books. Oh, no, just 1 more book. Okay, so Katerina Ne sounds like it's probably Catherine, so I'm gonna say that what she said was, please save Catherine. I wonder if there's a translation of this text. Alright, so we will take this, and it brings us back to Jungle Land. Okay, return to the room with the stones, go back down the tunnel, and pull the wire to open the passage back to the cell. And then we will go into here. Exit the cell and go right. This is okay. I'm still I know that I'm stupid about these things, but it's very pretty. I know that that's stupid to worry about, and I should just like play, I don't know, something that gives me the same feeling. But even like Tomb Raider, like open world games don't give me the same feeling because I just don't feel like there's as much care and attention paid to stuff because there's so much more stuff you have to do. Lower the ladder and go down it. Turn around and go back the way you came after lowering the submarine to where all the trees are cut down and take the minecar again. Okay. So take the mine car again. I feel like is over here. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm interested in taking thoughts on games that are in the same style as Riven, but produced more recently. Like, I want something that attempts to produce a faithful Riven-style experience or something, but using modern techniques. And I don't care about open world so much. It would be interesting to see what's out there, I guess. I should research it, I guess. I mean, I have not. I know these games. I know Myst and Riven, and they stick out heavily in my mind. And I don't know. I think Myst had like 5 or 6 versions, though, right? So like, there may actually be recent Myst. Oh, hello, cat. What are you doing in here? Remember where those double doors were? The game asks. I think they do too, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. The weird thing is that, like, in Fallout 76, I was super disappointed by the lack of talking. Like, it bothered me a lot, but I think that that's because I was expecting more talking because Fallout 4 had more talking, and I somehow failed to realize that there's no talking in Fallout 76. I'm sure everyone else knew this. In fact, I'm positive everyone else knew this because everyone talked about it, but I was not paying any attention to Fallout 76 information other than the fact that it was based in West Virginia until after it came out, and I was disappointed because it was exactly what everyone said it was going to be, and I just didn't realize that. I have played Talos Principle, and I love Talos Principle too. And Talos Principle is, I think of Talos Principle as being more Portal-like, but that's the gameplay aspect of it. You're right that Talos Principle has a very similar aesthetic to me, and I enjoyed it. I really did. I did not go back and do a lot of the like extra puzzles, but I played through, like I streamed it for 7.5 hours straight. So I streamed it until like 4 in the morning on the day I streamed it, and I really, really liked it. Okay, close the doors behind you and go left this time. Down to the pits of hell. I walked here at some point, but then I walked in here and I was like, nope, this is the wrong way. All right. Clicking on the gold eye. So this one, I'm not... This is like the other spinning dome thing. Like, there's some aspect of this just does not work well. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed Talos Principle. I enjoy Portal. And in fact, Portal and Tomb Raider both had some of the aspects of like this kind of realistic Cold War era like technical environment that I really liked. Is there like a different button I have to hit? Click on the golden eye. I'm clicking on the golden eye and it's not freaking working. I have to click from over here. I missed that time. Oh, go down the stairs to the door. Close the door behind you. Go down the tunnel and click it. Okay. Oh, that was the wrong one. Okay. Okay, I'm dumb. I can't even follow simple instructions. But we got it open. So my inclination of like clicking on this doesn't seem to work was 100% correct. Clicking on that does not work. You have to click on something entirely different. All right, 21, 17, 15, 10, 4. Go. All right, we're gonna get another monologue from Mr. Gehn. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I mean, I don't remember. I vaguely remember reading at some point someone mentioning that Myst 3 was less good because of that like 3D aspect that they really did not enjoy. So I don't know if that's just like nostalgia, like I really want the Myst experience or not, but yeah. I should compare side by side. Oh no. Is my internet okay? My chat disconnected. Okay. I don't know. I'm trying to... I read something about it, but it's been a long time, so I could be just misremembering. I thought that I... Oh, you know what? I think I was thinking of something different. Never mind. Never mind. I was thinking of... There were like multiple re-releases of the original Myst in 3D, and one of them was really bad. And I think I was confusing 3 with 3D. That's it. Hello, Gehn.
I was greatly relieved when I received word that you had recovered the book. I don't quite know how you managed it, but if I may.
The rebels gave it to me and told me to give it to you and then save Catherine.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't understand. Why did that book not trap him like it's supposed to?
Perhaps it would be best if you went through first.
Uh-oh. But it's prison. No. I don't think this is a good plan.
Apparently you need more time to decide. Please understand, there is nothing I want more than a chance to resolve matters between Atrus and myself, especially in light of what has become of Catherine. But unless you are willing to demonstrate to me that your intentions are honorable, I cannot risk it.
I'll do it.
The sanctuary I've been writing for the Islanders is nearly complete. After all these years, it would be a shame if I were unable to finish it. The work I am doing is quite demanding. Please don't signal me unless you've decided to use the book. The switch will reset itself once you link from here.
Yes, this guy is the inventor of all of these worlds. So he is Gehn, and he created this is the 233rd age, so presumably a lot of them, but he also created all of the ages of Myst, as well as Riven, which is the 5th age. It's unclear to me exactly what creating an age entails, but he seems to do a lot of age creating. All right, I'm gonna save. Locking myself in prison. I want to do the thing you told me to do, but I can't reach it? It's screwed up somehow. So I'm going to go back to Forestland, and then I'm going to try and come back to this 233rd age. But yeah, so he basically builds all these places by imagining them, and then once he imagines them, he can make them real. Yeah, so 7th Guest and 11th Hour are of the same era. Ooh, sorry, that's loud again. I turn it up for his talking, and then there's more noisy stuff. But yeah, so all of the 7th Guest, 11th Hour, Phantasmagoria, Myst, Riven, these are all kind of early point-and-click games. Return to Zork are early point-and-click games from the early era of CDs. Phantasmagoria was released on, I think, 7 or 11 CDs, and was one of the games that was considered a little bit of a killer app for the CD-ROM in the same way that Myst was, so... Okay, so now my mouse is on the thing. My hope is he's going to come in, he's going to ask me if I'm ready to enter the book, and I'm going to enter the book.
I'm relieved you've returned. I thought perhaps you had decided against it.
I was trying to click it last time, but I couldn't.
Here.
Oh, there we go. Sure, I'm gonna go into the prison island. Or to the prison book, rather. Congratulations, we're trapped. Maybe. Uh-oh. Okay. So he's gonna join me. Is he gonna do another speechifying? Like, my understanding is that this was supposed to be a trap book, something that would keep him trapped inside the book. But now I'm not. Oh, he will take my place when he links through himself. Okay, so now I'm back in his place. Find the hole in the floor and go down. Okay, there's a silver device on his dresser. Alright, hold on, I gotta try and write that down. We gotta do that again, Silver Ball. Sorry. So it was like pong, something pong, click. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, so it's like hi-hat, and it's like a triplet. Triplet, pong, hi-hat, or ping, hi-hat, pong, hi-hat. Okay. If you got a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out my hook while my DJ revolves it. Oh, this is his journal, which I guess I don't need. I should read all those someday, but not today. Alright, so let's go back up. Pull the handle on the right side of the hole. Sorry. Yeah, ding is a better... It's probably a better description. Okay, so that lowers the prison. Then go to the book with the least blocks on it and link to Prison Island. So this will take me to a big rotating dome. Oh, let's go. Sinking into the floor. Gold Dome is the name of our coffee bar at the Google office in Cambridge. Named, of course, after the gold dome at the top of the Massachusetts State House. Okay, so that's my... Alright. Oh. There were only 3 options for sounds, so I didn't have to describe them that carefully, it turns out. I think with those particular 3 notes, you're going to have a hard time making a whole lot of sound, but... Alright, so we're going to chat with Catherine. Hello, Catherine. I am here to rescue you from your prison. Do you like me? Do you like me not? Oh.
We have to move quickly. Gehn's people may already know what's happening. Once we're back with the moiety, we'll have time to regroup. Can I see the book?
Which book? Oh, that's the prison book.
You did it.
Yes. I trapped Gehn.
We're all free. You captured Gehn.
I did.
But there's still his followers. I'm not sure what I'll do once I realize he's gone. I'll have to get the villagers to safety as soon as possible. You go back to the Temple Island and reopen the fissure. I know it's risky, but it's the only way to signal Atrus. I'll try to make it back there as soon as I can, but don't wait for me. Don't forget, the portal combination's in my journal. Good luck.
Okay, I looked it up in your journal, so... Okay, so we got Catherine to escape from prison, and now we want to go back to Temple Island, and the easiest way to travel in this game is to go to the 233rd age, because that's where all of the books to get to everything are. So, hello, game. Oh, I gotta wait for this video to end. That's a good point. Save game. Saved Catherine. Resume. Alright. Open sesame. Maybe not. Oh, there it is. I was like, I can't see one of those little stopper things, but I found it. Oh, okay. It's a different one this time. I did it! Okay. So, we have now saved Catherine. We have trapped Gehn. We now need to go to Temple Island. Uh, 21, 17, 15, 10, 4. Oh, I messed it up. 21, 17, 15, 10, 4. There we go. So we need to signal Atrus. That's the step we're doing now. We have to signal Atrus. We have to let him know that we have done everything that he asked us to do. And the only way to do that is to unlock the thing that is locked by Catherine's diary. Go. Yeah, I was well, so amusingly inside the walkthrough I'm following, it doesn't actually have, like, it tells you how to learn the numbering system after you have already needed the numbering system. And it's like, great, awesome, like, well done. You didn't tell me the numbering system, and now, like, I have to input numbers from it. So I had to, like, look up a YouTube video in order to find the numbering system. And I was like, come on. This is just bad walkthroughing. You gotta give me something here. Like, either give me the numbering system or walk me through the part of the game where I learn the numbering system first. Like, those are the only two options. You don't get to do neither. So... But yeah, this walkthrough definitely walks you through all the things that randomly change every time, but not the things that are just like, that don't. Okay, where am I going here? Hit the button, get on the platform. Oh, follow the path to the end. Okay. Hit the button. Oh, right, I'm like in the down below part, so now I'm gonna go up. And then I'm gonna go, presumably, into the gold dome. Oops. Yeah, push the button to go up. Upsy mozzie, upsy daisy. Now we'll go here. Cross here, lower the bridge. It was yogurt, Grandpa Bob. Brad, we figured it out. Yogurt, lifting statue, Spaceballs.
Hey, boss! How'd you do that? Upsy-daisy, upsy-daisy, upsy-marsy, upsy-daisy.
So, finally, I know. So, Grandpa Bob, I have been saying that, like, routinely as part of my streams for, like, ages. And every time I say it, Brad makes fun of me because he thinks I just made it up out of nowhere. And I could not I was like, it's someone doing, like, lifting something. And I could not remember for the life of me what it was. And you saying that, like, yes, that's the scene it's from. So, thank you. I appreciate that, you know, Brad's clearly not here and listening because he would be, like, making fun of me for this. But yes, that is exactly what it is from, and I have used it a million times recently to the point where it's become like, it's like a command, I think, or something like that. I don't know. There's a command, there's some kind of command that is along those lines. Maybe it's upsy. That it has that quote in it because I have used it so often. Okay, take a right down the stairs to where I began. There you go. Oopsie mozzie, upsy daisy. Go to the telescope device and look at the manhole cover. What? Oh. Enter the combination from Catherine's journal. Okay. So this is, I believe this is 4, 3, 1, 1, 4. Okay. And pull the handle to open it. Ugh. Oh no. Oh no. Please don't tell me. Enter the combination from Catherine's. Okay, let me double check that I've got my numbering system correct. 4, 3, 1, 1, 4. Where was Catherine's journal? That was when we were in prison. Okay. So this is Catherine's journal. 4, 3, and if we look at this, right? 4, 3, 1, 1, 4, or rather, square with nothing in it, left angle, 1, 1, number, like same thing. And that to me looks like 4, 3, 1, 1, 4. Am I missing something? Yeah, the infinite Chris's. Now I've just got to pull up like a video of me looking at myself looking at this. All right. Combination to which can be acquired by something my arrival. Oh, sorry. Oh, that is a perfectly good question, Mark. Okay. 4, 3, 1, 1, 4. Thank you, Mark. I assumed it was click counting because it was 5 numbers, which is the same thing. Okay, so open the thing. Remove the stop from the left support column. Get out of here. And then flip the lever on the right down. So I will point out that all of these things that you're seeing me click here are things that I could click at the very beginning of the game and did. And like, there's obviously no way I could get anything useful out of it, but yeah. And then hit the button to lower the telescope as far as it will go. Okay. Now what? Oh, keep going. Okay, so I broke the age, which will presumably make Atrus pay attention to me. Atrus, I love you! Well, I broke the world. Wreck-It Ralph wrecked the internet, but I broke the world. Hey, Atrus! Hi! You came for me! I did what you told me to do. Sort of.
There isn't much time. Where's Catherine? Where's the book?
Atrus!
I don't have...
Oh, he got his wife back. That's so happy. Good job.
The villagers are safely in the Rebel Age.
Good.
I thank you.
As
You're
do
welcome.
I. You've accomplished more than I could have hoped for. You've given me back my life.
Yes.
The path home is now clear for all of us.
Well, it's good, because this place isn't going to last much longer. So what am I supposed to do? Do I just follow you? Because I didn't come from where you came from.
This is where our paths must part.
But like, hello, hey dude,
Goodbye, my friend.
you should, like, okay, so he's destroying that book in this like big pit, but oh, I'm gonna fall through the pit. So the way that I got to Myst is that they threw the Book of Myst through this fissure into, and I think it's called the Star Fissure. And so that was originally how I found the book, is that instead of destroying things like they thought it did, throwing things into this fissure apparently sends them to Earth. So...
Now I understand. Endings and beginnings are within the fissure. That riven cleft of stars that access both a wall and a bridge. And though I am unable to understand how, the very flow of stars that brought my Myst book into worthy hands, I am sure served as a safe passage home for my friend. The Age of Riven is closed forever, but the people of Riven are free. And now I am at rest, understanding that in books and ages and life, the ending can never truly be written.
Yeah, or Chaos, unlike Myst, where they didn't do that. Designed and directed by Robin Miller and Richard Vandenberg, and produced by Rand Miller, who plays Atrus, by the way. The guy who gave me the book at the beginning and at the end there. Cool. So that's Riven. We obviously did not play that game the way that you would have to play it if you were going to play it from scratch. There's a bunch of puzzles we didn't go through. I looked up how to beat the numbers. Overall, there's not a lot of things that... Yeah, Rand Miller plays Atrus. And Ryan Miller plays the Moiety Scout, apparently. I'm assuming that's like a brother's something. Yeah, definitely not a speed run, that's for sure. But it was, yeah. What was I gonna say? Something? Yeah. So, I mean, so things that I think that I could have done, right? Things that I could have figured out. Figuring out how to rotate the gold room is a thing that I could have done. Figuring out how to, do... So I think that the only... Okay, so the puzzles that I couldn't have gotten, or that I needed, like... So one, I was supposed to write down, like, the symbols and the sounds for this, like, for these, like, balls. I never used those. I don't know how I was supposed to, but I did not. Maybe the... Nope, that doesn't make sense. So whatever. So yeah, the animal stones, I never figured out where the source of those was. The marble puzzle, I never understood how the marble puzzle was supposed to work. There were huge parts of the game that I just never touched, like I never played, but that's not, like, that's, I mean, there's lots of, that's not a thing that is, like, necessarily a thing. Yeah. So, I think completing the marble puzzle correctly and, entering, like figuring out the number game I figured out by random, like the random game would have taught me that had I gotten there. And I could have gotten there from the submarine stuff, like it was just not in that order in the game. So, but the animal puzzle and the marble puzzle are the two puzzles that depended on information that I could not have possibly had, in this playthrough. So that's it. That was the game. It has been fun. I am not going to keep playing anything else. I'm going to, like, go to bed at a reasonable time, like a reasonable human. This Friday, I think I am going to finally do that thing where I just explore various parts of the real world in different ways, and we look at it. So we'll break down, we'll play GeoGuessr, the game, and look at Street View around the world. We'll play Google Earth's Flight Simulator, and we'll look at different parts of the world from flying around in Flight Simulator, and we'll play some GTA just to give you a sense of what a simulated environment on the ground looks like. And I have had fun. It's definitely, I really enjoyed the artistry and craftsmanship of the Riven experience. The puzzles, maybe not my favorite. I have a lot of like issues with the gameplay, but the experience of going through the sounds, the speeches, the artistic design, I really like that. I like that in Myst. I like that even more here. There was more of it, I felt like, and it felt interesting. Because there was more of it, the puzzles that you had to solve were less obvious and clear, and I think that contributes to one of the reasons why it's just more difficult. There's more things that you can click around and see, and with that being the case, there's more things that you can miss. So it's interesting. But I'm glad I got through it. I'm glad I played through it. And I don't feel too much obligation to play through it in a different way. Maybe I'll play some more Myst some other time. But for now, that's going to be it. And this Friday, we'll do some real-world exploration for a little while. So it has been lovely to see all of you again. Thank you all for stopping by. Bob, Org, Samuel, Helsing Nova, Gaming Lawyer, Brad, thank you finally for helping me understand that, Mark, thank you finally for understanding that Yogurt was who I was constantly quoting. Thank you all for being here. And I'll catch you on Friday. So, good night.